Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we haven't gone very far. I've literally gone 12 minutes from my home and I'm kind of ashamed to say it, but I've actually never been here in my life, in my 55 years on the planet. I'm at the world famous Japanese gardens here in Kildare town. It's part of the national stud, of course. All this area is famous for its the equine industry. The Curragh racecourse is only over the road. And I've come here today with Lara. Lara's actually behind the camera at the moment. And we've come to challenge ourselves. I've been watching Guido van der Vorter's recent series from the Madeira Islands, where he's working out there for OM Systems as an ambassador. And he is doing some promotional video for their 8-25 wide angle lens. And I thought to myself, wow, that'd be a good challenge. Just go to a location and just photograph with a single lens. Push myself just to photograph with one lens and not switch to different lenses. We'll get on the road here. We'll get into the Japanese gardens. As I said, Lara's with me today. She's finished her school. She's on her school holiday, so we're both going to take a few shots. Let's get some video. Let's see what we can compose with this single lens challenge. So come on, let's get at it. Let's go. So this is just a map of the site, and we've come in from the car park here up into the entrance, and we're now here. All the Japanese gardens are in this area here, and all the national stud and everything is out around here. Some famous racehorses out here. So the plan is to try and walk around the lakes here and into the Japanese gardens over here, and let's see what pictures we can get. Yeah, so we've literally just entered the actual Japanese gardens, and it's already a kind of an explosion of greenery, of paths. We're here nice and early and there's actually nobody around, but I'm already seeing one shot as I get in here. If I just pan back around this way, we have this monument, little monument here. You can see it here, but I love these little yellow flowers here. You see them? And I'm just thinking of a portrait shot here, just quickly to get ourselves going and get the first photograph of the morning. Lara's already heading off there, looking around. But yeah, I get a sense that it's going to be a kind of a senses overload here, trying to just slow down and get the compositions. You know, I've struggled a bit in woodlands and in gardens like this. I'm really, really poor at it. So I'm really going to take my time today on this and just kind of take in the surroundings too. This is a Zen area, like the Japanese gardens represents the journey of the life of man as you go through them. So let's go on that journey and slow down maybe as the Japanese would. So I'm going to take this first photo here and yeah, should it work out, here it is. Yeah, to be honest, we're struggling a bit here in the Japanese gardens. I just find it completely overwhelming, the volume of subjects. And I feel like I should just go, oh, there's a composition, click, click, get the photo. But in this type of environment, it just doesn't happen for me like that. Now, that being said, if I flip you around, Lara is there sitting on the ground, and she's found a composition here, which is something like this. And we have these purple flowers kind of in the pond. I'm not sure what they are. And you can see all the lilies in the pond. But in the distance, we got the striking red bridge. And right now, as you can see it, the sun is really crashing against that bridge. And it's really illuminated lovely. On the right-hand side here, we have a track. And I'm trying to avoid this track. But we got a nice tree here, which kind of gives a boundary to the frame on the right-hand side. Now the sun has gone in there again. We're going to take a few shots here around this bridge. Lara is here, and she's got her dinky little setup. It's the OM5 and this beautiful little 12 to 45 mil, you know, such a versatile little carry-around setup. But we're going to take a few shots here around the bridge, see what we can compose using these flowers in the foreground and anything else we can find. I think it's important to stay here for a few minutes and observe the light, see what we can find instead of rushing on. I think that's a lot of my problem is I don't see anything, I'll rush on to the next location. So we're going to persevere here, take a few shots either side of the bridge and see what we can get. Oh, by the way, there was a red squirrel in the tree. I know this is a wide angle challenge, but I had to quickly switch over to my 50 to 200 with the 1.4 teleconverter and snap a few shots of that red squirrel because I've never seen one or taken a shot. But anyway, listen, I waffle on too much. If any of these shots around the bridge here worked out and of the red squirrel, well, here they are. So we're currently just sitting in this little cave, and it's got this kind of picture window out of the cave in this direction, out into this open expanse and the ponds. And that's what they call the tea house up there. And I'm just trying to find some compositions really. I like this shot here, looking out through the hole in the cave, and we got some nice purples and white flowers here that would be nice in the foreground. A shot something like that might work. We're just waiting for the light to come. It's coming and going. And then just out this way, it's just an intricate maze of walkways and paths. But we got this walkway heading off here towards this pergola, heading back down to the red bridge from where we came. And I like a shot something from here, if I can get the light right onto the tea house. But we got these lovely little purple flowers in the foreground. We got some nice reflections going on in the lake, and then up to the tea house in the distance. So yeah, so we'll just spend a few moments here slowing it down, trying to take in the surroundings, and let's see, can we get some decent compositions that do this place justice, because I don't feel I'm doing it justice right now. So if any of the shots worked out from this area around the tea house in the Japanese gardens, well, here they are. We got this sculpture that was donated to the Japanese gardens. I think it's called Minuri, which is named after the son of the designer of these gardens, the son of Tasaida. So this horse sculpture, of course, we're in the land of equine in Kildare, the home of horse racing Ireland. So a big connection here between horse racing and the Japanese gardens. But I'm just going to take a photograph of this because it's just quite neat. And it's the beauty of these wide angle lenses. You can really get up close, and I'm almost on the nose of this horse. And I'm just focusing on the eye of the sculpture. I'll just take one or two shots here. I have to adjust the exposure because the sun is coming in and out the whole time. Yeah, just a cool little shot here at the Japanese gardens. You can really exaggerate with this lens the length of that horse's face. I love it. Yeah, done. Quirky shots of this nice sculpture workout. Well, here they are. So while we're here, as part of these grounds, we have the Irish National Stud. And I've zero interest in horses. I come from the most famous horse area in all of Ireland, the Curragh, the area around the Curragh. And I think I've been to the Curragh races just a handful of times in my life. But it'd be remiss of me not to visit some legends of the horse racing game. And as you can see here, we've got the paddock of legends, and we've got Finian, Beaver Salmon. Like, even I know Beaver Salmon, winner of 19 races, including 10 grade ones. Even I know Hurricane Fly, and even I know Sizing John. And here they are, just taking it easy in the retirement, grazing in the field of the paddock of legends. Yeah, we're amongst greatness in the horse racing industry right now. So we've made our way down to another area of the Irish National Stud. This is St. Fiachra's garden. Yeah, St. Fiachra was one of those famous monks, and this is a replica of those huts that the monks used to live in, pray in, and worship in. But just around the corner here, we have, if I just come down these steps, we have a nice statue. See it just there, of St. Fiachra, sitting and contemplating. It's quite a peaceful place. It's tranquil. We have the water, the spring here rushing up out of the ground. flowing down into the lake. But I'm just seeing a nice composition here, something like this, where we've got these stepping stones heading out to St. Fiachra, and he is just there on the edge of the lake, contemplating, meditating, praying. And then the lake wanders off down in that direction. Just the sound of the water, so calming, so peaceful. Yeah, so I'll just take one or two shots here of this composition of St. Fiachra looking out into the lake. And I think we just might take a minute or two here just to sit down ourselves, contemplate and relax on this rather nice day here at the Irish National Stud. So if this little photograph here worked out, well, here it is. Yeah, so anyone who follows this channel will know that I'm partial to a good waterfall. And we just came away from where St. Fiachra was standing or sitting, contemplating life. And we heard the rushing waters of a waterfall. And Lara's already here. I think Lara likes a good waterfall as much as I do, to be honest. But it's the sound of the water is just so soothing. And then there's loads of rocks here that we can get out on to photograph this waterfall. So, yeah, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a general shot here with one or two of these boulders as a foreground interest. Remember, we're on this wide-angle lens challenge, so I have to be conscious of the foreground, the midground, and the background in these images. Lara is there, as you can see her, on this peninsula. Again, photographing the waterfall, and that's another nice photograph she's taken there. We'll have to have a look at that in a minute. But I'm just going to, first of all, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take a minute, and I'm going to do what all proper photographers do, is just look at the scene, feel the scene, breathe the scene, and see, can I find some compositions here at this waterfall? Yeah, let's see what we can get. Yeah, so I've just come out onto this platform. Of course, a lot of these are man-made, of course, but still a waterfall is a waterfall nonetheless. And I'm looking back at the falls, and I've got my live ND 32 on, and I'm at 1.3 seconds at ISO 250 at f6.3, and I'm just taking the whole scene in here and see, can I get the speed of the falls nailed. The image stabilization in these cameras and these lenses really helps. Again, as I normally do with these waterfalls, no tripod. The one thing that's distracting me here is a horrible sign in the background, so I'm going to move around a bit and take a few shots here. But I can see myself spending 5 or 10 minutes here getting the shots of the waterfall. Want to have a look at Lara, see what she's got, try and teach her a few things here, because this is a perfect opportunity for it. But we'll keep going here, and if any of these shots at the waterfall here in St. Fiachra's Garden worked out, well, here they are. So we've come on around the far side of the lake from where we saw St. Finian's back earlier. And then Lara spotted this photograph, which I think is quite possibly going to be the nicest photograph of the day, to be fair to her. Now, if I flip you around, you can see Lara is down here shooting it, but if I move you into where her camera is, you can see St. Finian is sitting here out on his little peninsula, and the water is coming down behind a little waterfall, and there's steps going away. Again, I'm on my 8 to 25. I'm way too far away to show this, but Lara's using her little 12 to 45, which is like about 100 mil in full frames. She can just get zoomed in enough, I think, to frame up St. Finian and that little waterfall and take some shots of it. I think she might even have live ND turned on. Is that right, Lara? She has live ND because she wants to get a little bit of motion in that little waterfall coming down. So she's there taking the shot, composing the shot, and we're going to use her shots here and see what they come out like with her little OM1 camera and that 12 to 45 millimeter on this case on the lens on Lara's camera. Yeah, so Lara's had a look at those. She's quite happy with them. It's really a nice composition here. I'm even seeing a wider one I might take with my wide angle, which is including these trees as a frame in the foreground. But yeah, if any of these worked out from the other side of the lake at St. Fiachra's Park, where we can now see St. Fiachra, and I hope they have worked out because I just really like this shot. Well, here they are. Yeah, so I think that's where we'll wrap up this video here at the Irish National Stud and Japanese Gardens, and particularly here along St. Fiachra's Lake. I feel we got our best shots here. I struggle a little bit at the Japanese Gardens, but when we get out here and you're in this environment and you've got all the horses around, the legends, some beautiful animals. I think we got into it a bit, certainly with the waterfall. I really love shooting waterfalls. But yeah, I think this is where we'll take leave on this video. So once again, everyone, thanks for joining us. And you've any interest at all in the content, please hit the subscribe button so you can get notifications of my next video. Thumbs up and comments really go a long way to help to promote the channel. So if you could, I would really appreciate that. But for myself and from Lara, yeah, so from here at the Japanese Gardens, the Irish National Stud, it's time for us to say goodbye. As I normally do, we'll leave you with a few images that didn't quite make the last reels throughout the video. I know what's going to happen now. We're going to kind of get rid of these wide angle lens. We're going to put some on longer focal lengths, and we're probably going to take some photographs of mares and foals just because we want to. So you might see some of them creeping in. But all that's left for me to say is goodbye, slán leat. We see you in the next video down the line. Bye for now.